Out doing some camping this weekend. Caught a video on YouTube this week from 906 Outdoors about making some homemade summer sausage. It looked really tasty and figured we're out camping, maybe we give that a shot. We're going to do some teriyaki. And I've got 2.5 pounds of ground chuck here. This makes 5 pounds, so we're going to be using about half of it. On the back, all kinds of tips for cooking and meat. It's been marinating overnight. Just took it out of the fridge. I've got just a little smoky Joe here. The idea is to get some hot coals in the middle for a slow burn fire. It'll work its way out as it burns. I've got some apple chips here. I got the bottom vent is basically open just a crack. I'm going to do a lot of control of the fire temp from the top vent. I want to get it somewhere between 100 and 150 degrees. And then when the fire is under control and steady, throw the sausage on there and we'll start smoking it. I got one probe in our nice looking sausage to be, and one to monitor the pit temperature. So now it's just a matter of let it smoke and wait. Probably about an hour and a half in. Grill slash pit temp 140 to 150, and it says 136 internal on that. We got a ways to go, but I have not lifted the lid on this thing because as the old saying goes, if you're looking, you ain't cooking. Here we are about 2.5 hours in. Meat temperature is 144, the pit is 154. This thing has been rock solid at around 150 degrees. Now obviously to get that meat up to that final temperature, we're going to need to give her a little more gas in there from 155. We want to crank it up a few degrees. All we got to do is just add a little bit of air, and that should just bump that temp up a little bit. Looks like we reached the finish line. I got that pit cranked up to about a little over 190 degrees. That's just right at the end. I was actually riding at about 170 prior to that. I'm going to take it off at 155 because we're going to let this rest. It should carry over to around 160. Just a quick peek now that we're done cooking. Oh boy, that looks awesome, man. That looks just totally awesome. This little 18-inch Smoky Joe did an incredible job. I didn't have to add any additional charcoal or applewood for the entire cook, and I still got a lot of charcoal left. And this thing held just rock solid on the temperature, so long as you control it with the vents. So anyway, we're going to take this off and let it rest, and we'll show you what it looks like when we cut it up. Okay, this is what we've been waiting for. Done. It rested for 15-20 minutes. I sliced it up. It is still warm. Grab a piece of this. Oh man, that is good. I'll tell you what, you can't get that in a store. No way. This is a fun little thing you can do when you're camping. Whole thing took me about 4 hours of cooking. We prepped it last night. Pretty simple, mix it up, and then get your fire going in the morning. Start with coffee and then switch to your favorite beverage. I tell you what, you can't get it at stores. Is this the good stuff? You betcha.